Good morning, good morning. Buenos dias. Okay, so I thought we'd do a little introduction for newbies about yoga, about spine, what we do here, so you get a better understanding of what we're all about. We're y respira, and y respira derives from our breathing, respiration. And if we think about it, everything that we do, we have to breathe. We have to breathe. So all of our practices are revolved around breath awareness, breath work, observation of the breath, same thing as breath awareness. So when we think about life, we always we just naturally think, oh, well, I'm breathing. Well, yeah, I'm breathing. Yeah. So a lot of times people will come in and say, yeah, I know how to breathe. I'm like, okay, show me how to breathe. How do you breathe? And it just amazes me how easily we get distracted from our breath. And the quality of our breath, just like the quality of our practice, is everything. But it always comes right back to the breath because breath is life. So Ita Spita is about living our truest and best life within our bodies. Yoga is the union of mind, body. It's not about a workout. Yes, you get a workout depending on the effort that you put in. But just like rest, if you sleep for 8 hours, you might not feel rested. You might wake up and be like, oh my gosh, I'm so exhausted. Because the way that you've been training yourself throughout the day creeps into the nighttime for you. And yoga, union of mind body with the breath. The breath goes in through the nose, ideally through the nose, not through the mouth, because when you're breathing with the mouth, you end up dehydrating yourself. So it goes in through the nose, and then it goes to the back of the throat, and it goes into the chest cavity. So if you're a beginner with yoga, know that any pose that you do in life, that's yoga. Any pose, as long as your mind body is connected. Now, if it's not connected, yeah, then you're living somewhere else and your body's here and your mind's over there, and then you're breathing scattered. And if you have a tendency to get anxiety or depression, it's a wonderful practice to help bring yourself more to a space of equilibrium. When we have equilibrium with our essence, with our orenda, with our spirit, with our physical body, our mental body, then our homeostasis is right where it needs to be. And that is all about finding balance. If not, and then we have a continuous pattern in our life that creates imbalance and imbalance and imbalance, what happens next is disease of the mind body. So make note, any pose is a yoga pose. Yeah, I can be like here, and that's a yoga pose. I can be here holding my face and just kind of pressing into my jaw. That's a yoga pose. But if I'm clenching my jaw and I'm holding my breath, it's not a yoga pose. I mean, it's just a pose, but you're not really in it, physically, mentally connected, unless you have that breathing. When we teach our spine in our classes, spine stands for spiritual, physical, intuition, nature, nurture, and your emotional balance. And so we kind of check in with ourselves at the beginning of class, check out where are we at spiritually, physically, intuitively, naturally, nature. We are nurturing ourselves emotionally. We check in with ourselves. And we meet ourselves right where we're at. When we meet ourselves right where we're at, not where we used to be. A lot of times people say, oh, I used to do this. That's great if you used to do something. And it doesn't mean you can't do it anymore. You can do a version of it. So let's think about how you're breathing in your everyday life. And in through the nose and out through the nose. Are you moving mindfully? Are you walking in a sacred manner? Yeah, or are you just like rushing all around, rushing all around? So this is more of an introduction to our practices here. Yoga, mind-body connection. Be kind with yourself if you're beginning with yoga. It's not a competition. It's become a competition in the physical world. Yeah, because a lot of times it's this rat race scene that we're in. We don't really need to be there. That's just wasted energy. And when we look at competition for a moment, competition, it's good because it can help you become a better version of yourself, but it's not good if you just get more wrapped up in the competition. It's like you look at someone, you say, wow, I really admire that about that person. And you just are, and there can be jealousy, right? But then there can be an unhealthy jealousy. And so when we envy or we are jealous, we can say, wow, well, I have that same quality within me. How do I get there? Not to take their energy away, but to just go ahead and really find, oh, that quality of yourself that resonates with you, and you can thank them as your teacher. And the same thing on the opposite side. Yeah, there's something that you don't like about someone, maybe consider looking like, ooh, I have that shadow work. I haven't done that part with me. So in our practice, those opposites, yeah, understanding the beauty of those opposites, the qualities that you love about someone, the qualities that you don't love about someone or admire or don't admire about someone. Yeah, if we get stuck, yeah, on that negative, that's essentially going to hurt ourselves. And our breathing starts to shift and our physical bodies start to be like, ugh. So circling back around, we want to maintain homeostasis in our lives. We want to find equilibrium. We want to find balance in our lives. And we do that through self-study. So all of our practice is self-study. We use the tools of yoga. And then we have the spine where, again, we're just checking in with ourselves. They're little steps, micro steps to check in with ourselves so that we can help to steer ourselves and stay on our path. But the key is we're kind of always on our path. And then we use the breath as the main gauge, I think it's called gauge, gauge, yeah, and to say, oh, is my breathing, or am I, but I want to be here. So as a beginner, and we're really kind of always beginning because we're always having new situations, be kind with yourself. Yeah. If you're ever unsure, just go back to your breathing because your breathing will tell you everything you need to know and more, because then you become one with the currents of life. So cool. Okay, so I'm going to sign out and homework. Pay attention to your breathing. We're going to have an equilibrium practice soon, so keep an eye on that. And I hope you have a great day. Bye bye now.